So welcome back to my channel where I'm crazy about fragrance. I'm not going to tell you to thumbs this video up if you like this video because you haven't even watched it yet. You don't even know if you like me yet. But if you do find that you do like me, you do like my channel, you do like these fragrances, hit the like button. It really helps my little channel out. I'm trying to grow it. Okay, thanks very much. I've wanted to film this, but I've been waiting for people to ask for it first. I did get a request to do a little video on my Galore collection. I also have 200 mls here as well. So you can see I do love the brand. Okay, so if you don't know who Galore is, they are a brand that do inspiration clones, dupes, whatever you want to call it. What I love about them is they also do their own blends. That's my favourite aspect about them because there's a lot of clone companies out there, but these are the only guys that do their own blends and some of them are absolute bangers. Okay, so 17 to get through. Some are hits and some are misses. Just gonna be honest. I don't know if you can see up there on my shelf, I do keep the boxes. I think they look so cute. They look like little books on my shelf. I really like them. Anyway, so I'm just gonna pick at random. Let's go for the middle, shall we? Caramel coffee. Also, I love the little illustrations on the front of the bottles. I think they're so cute. Okay, so caramel coffee. I was looking for a coffee fragrance. I found Followed after this, and then that's when I stopped looking, by Kerosene. I talk about that one non-stop. Caramel coffee smells exactly like my Nescafe latte that I make in the morning. My little Nescafe sachet is already sweet. It's like caramel flavour, and then I put a dash of caramel sweetener, and then I put a couple of sugars in there. That's what this smells like. It's very delicious. It's a very sugary caramel coffee. It's not so much coffee beans. It's more of that sugariness. It almost smells like I've spilt something on myself. It's kind of like a cozy fragrance to me. I wear this a lot when I want to just sort of feel ready for the day and I'm doing a lot of house errands or just running errands in general. Next we have Pom Fire. That's what this one looks. And look at the juice in there. A beautiful gold fire one. Oh my god, this one's insane. This one is a hybrid of By the Fireplace and Apple Brandy by Killian, and this is so beautiful. I love this. This was probably the first one I smelled that made me fall in love with this brand in general, and I was like, whoa, they do hybrids and this is what they smell like. That's amazing. Almost bought By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela so many times, but I feel like I don't need it because I have a couple of hybrids in here that just smell even better. A very deep smoky apple, but it obviously has a lot of sweetness to it. So perfect for this time of year as well, like the autumn winter time. Then we have, oh look, what's right next to it? Cherry by the Fire. I don't have much of a dent in most of these, only because they are really strong and you don't need a lot. Cherry by the Fire is a cross between Lost Cherry by Tom Ford and By the Fireplace, again by Maison Margiela. This smells almost like Cherry Smoke by Tom Ford. This one smells almost a little bit more complex, like it's more smoky. It's got a little bit of that nuttiness to it, very slight. It's literally just a very smoky cherry. Gorgeous for the winter. Most of these are going to be for the winter time. Oh my gosh, I love this one. So this one is Caramel Delight. Oh my god, this one's insane. I think this might be one of my favorite ones ever. This one is an inspiration of, I think it's a Lera by Zerjov. This is probably the one that is more of the well-known ones in the Galore brand. It's gorgeous. Oh my god. So I did have another version of this fragrance, Lera, from the KDJ brand, and I did end up swapping that for this one with my mum because she preferred the KDJ version and I preferred the Galore version. So the Galore version to me is not exactly the same as Lera. Yes, it's got that beautiful lemony, very deep caramel vanilla, very sweet. This one comes across way more smoky. The KDJ version was more citrusy, and actually it's probably closer to Lera than this one is. All the Galores have this signature sort of smoky thing to them that I love. Next one, Scrumptious. Look at it's got little macaroons all over the bottle. I love the picture. This one, I think is supposed to replicate Roger's Sweetie Oud. And when I first picked this up and I saw the pictures and I saw the name and I sprayed it, I was like, whoa. I'd never smelt the Roger Sweetie Oud, so I just was not expecting the oud to smack me in the face. It does take a while to kind of understand this one, and you have to spray it on your skin to get it, but yes, this is very sweet, but it's also very woody, a little bit spicy. I wouldn't say resinous, but It's a very woody, spicy, deep, oody, sweet fragrance. Does that make sense? But the more it dries down and the more you have to smell it a few times to get it, but you do get this bakery kind of thing to it as well. It does kind of have that macaroon thing. Very, very beautiful, very complex, very long lasting. These are beasts. Oh, so I think we might have run into my favorite one. This one is Italiano Pomme. Yeah, this one is my favorite. So this one is a hybrid between Italica by Xerjoff and Killian's Apple Brandy. This is a straight up gourmand. It's stunning. I love it so much. It's got a beautiful note of milk, saffron, caramel, but obviously still has that apple brandy has, and vanilla, and it's got a tiny bit of booziness in it. It is stunning. I can't get over this one. This one screams autumn to me. Even the picture is so autumnal. I love it. Then we have ripe melons. I actually bought this one pre-loved, and look at the little illustration on the front. It's so cute. Okay, first of all, perfect for the summer. Oh my gosh, like a watermelon drink. This smells exactly like, you know, the honeydew melons, the yellow ones. It smells like almost the skin of that, and you get like little wafts and splashes of it as you're cutting through. It smells so realistic. It smells so, I think it's got a note of smoothie in there. Oh no, I didn't realize my stickers got all damaged. Oh, I think they've scratched against each other. That's a shame. It's fine, I'm keeping this one anyway, but it's so refreshing without it being too citrusy or tart, but at the same time it's a bit tart, but it's kind of sweet. I don't know, it's weird. Okay, this one, I changed my mind. This is my favorite. Italiano Pomme is my second. This is my first. This one is called Delectable Temptation. Look at the juice first of all. Look how dark and ambery golden. It looks like maple syrup. Look at that. You see, can you see this picture? That is what this thing smells like, guys. I blind bought it and I did like an unboxing on my Instagram story, and when I swear to God, I fell back onto my bed when I smelled this. So realistic. So I literally smelled like the pancakes in the pan, and they're warm. The blueberries on the top, whipped cream, thick maple syrup, drizzled on top, not drizzled, poured on top. This is a lot of maple syrup and honey. There is something kind of smoky about it, smoky, sweet. When I first smelled it, I was like, that's a blueberry shisha. Like, you know when you're walking down Edgware Road and you smell like the shisha? Exactly like a blueberry shisha. Okay, this one, banana and vanilla custard flan. This one, I've given it a good wear, you can see. And I don't really get much of that custard flan thing. I get banana and I get a bit of a vanilla, but I don't get a custardy. I was expecting more of like a gooey custard. I don't know. Maceration isn't an issue. Everything here is definitely macerated because I've had these for a very long time, but I thought if I let it sit and macerate, it might get a little bit sweeter. It's more of a citrusy banana than it is sweet, but it is still very sweet. I just wish it was more custardy, thick and gooey, and maybe it needed a caramel note in there to give it that custard flan kind of vibe. But yeah, it is really nice still, and I do like to wear that as a freshy gourmand in the summertime. Belgian Choco Peach Truffle. This was one of my first doors. Again, this thing has that underlying signature smoky thing that most of the doors have. This is the fragrance that made me realize, whoa, Doua do chocolate good. Doua do chocolate so nice. It is synthetic, when you don't mind a little bit of a synthetic chocolate, then you know. So this is supposed to be a hybrid of Tom Ford's Bitter Peach and their Belgium chocolate hybrid. So it's a bit of them and a bit of Tom Ford hybrid, you know what I'm saying? I do get the bitter peach thing, but I prefer this so much more. It's supposed to be a milk chocolate, but it does come across more of a dark chocolate, almost bitter, very dusty, maybe because it's quite smoky. It's got a little bit of blood orange in there, just like the bitter peach does, and it's stunning. Then we have Hey Sweetie. This one is an inspiration of Perfumes de Marly Oriana. Oh my gosh, I love this. I really need to get Oriana, but at the same time I just can't justify that price point. I don't feel like Oriana performs its price. These are extracts, so they do last and they do project. This is just a very beautiful citrusy marshmallow. I think it has grapefruit in there, which gives it a slight tartness, but it's doused in loads of marshmallow, loads of whipped cream. It's just a perfect balance of tart and sweet. I love Oriana. This would be another great gourmand citrus to wear in the summer. I do like to wear this not in the high heat, but when it is warm outside and it is feeling like spring summer, and it doesn't make you feel sick because it's got a little bit of that uplifting grapefruit, which I love. Speaking of marshmallows, Princeless Princess. Again, I love the bottle. Oh my god, I changed my mind. I think I like this more than Oriana. This is supposed to be a copy of Killian's Prince. I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess. A nice, light, not sickly sweet marshmallow fragrance. It's got a green tea note in there. A gorgeous wearable marshmallow without it making you feel sick. So I did get this before I bought my Princess. Sometimes I contemplate decluttering these, but I do sometimes layer them if I feel like, for example, Princess probably doesn't last or project as much as I wish it would, so I do layer it with this one. And the same with this one. This is Be in Love. This is supposed to be a dupe of Love Don't Be Shy. So I got this before I bought my Love Don't Be Shy. Look how deep that juice has got. I love it. I have compared this to Love Don't Be Shy, but the Love Don't Be Shy is more smooth. This is a little bit more sharp, kind of more citrusy. You don't realize until you have them both side by side to know. When I first smelled this before I owned Love, I was in love with it. I was like, this is the Doua that I'm going to continue to repurchasing for the rest of my life. I love it so much. But then I was like, but I love Love. Why do I not just own it? Plus it's refillable. I do sometimes find myself layering this with Love. It just has something a little bit more synthetic to it. But it's very, very, I would say probably 90%, 95% close. This one is probably my least favorite. It was a blind buy. This one is called Purple Emerald. This was classified on the website as a fruity gourmand. Okay, I suppose it is, but then it's not. It's just a fruity floral, not as gourmandy. There's something that's not very me about it. I don't know what it is. It's not even on the website anymore, so I don't know if it's a discontinued one. That's why I'm like kind of considering, do I declutter it, do I not? Because I feel like it is a discontinued one. It is nice. That again, it has that nice underlying smokiness, and I would wear this more in the summertime, but there's not much to say about it. It's just not very me. Lady Elixir is very powdery, and I love powdery fragrances. Hold on, wait, this is supposed to replicate something, but I forgot what it is supposed to replicate. This one is supposed to replicate Roja Elixir. It's got a lot of florals in it. It's got violet in it. It's got iris. Some of my favorite floral notes. Very unique. Literally 2-3 sprays, you're good for the day. This stuff is potent. It's so strong. I feel like you could easily signature that one. Then we have Regal Musk Oud. A little bit out of my comfort zone. It's more of a woody. I do love musk. It is musky, but it's got like a leathery undertone to it. I don't want to say masculine because I do like leathery fragrances. It can come across a little bit harsh. It's another one that has to be sprayed on the skin to appreciate because it does have tonka bean in it. It does have rose. It does have a lot of notes that I do really, really enjoy. Definitely unisex. Again, another very distinctive one. What is this one supposed to replicate? This is supposed to replicate Musk Oud by Roja. It's a very specific taste, I feel like, with Roja. Inimitable Personality, an inspiration of a Roja as well. I forgot which one. So I think this one has almond in it, which I got straight away. This one, I think I sprayed it here on my shoulder for the first time when I first sprayed it, just to smell it. Most of these you have to spray them on skin for them to develop, to understand them. It's a very complex almond fragrance. I knew it. Yeah, so this one is very powdery and woody. Then we've got the last two here. First I'm going to talk about this one. I always talk about this on my Instagram. This is Doua's A Chocolate Affair. This thing feels really heavy as well. Like, this thing's a weapon. So I have so many different chocolate fragrances in my collection, but this doesn't smell anything like anything I have. This probably would smell closer to Chocolate Greedy. It does have that orange kind of feel to it, like Chocolate Greedy does. Very, very dairy milk, lactonic. This is very milky to me. This is a hot chocolate, and I think there's a hot chocolate accord to this. Hot chocolate with orange zest on the top of the foam. So cozy for this time of year. Very autumnal, very cozy, very sweet. I'm going to wear this one tonight, probably to bed. I do really, really enjoy this one. Then we've got this one. I've kept the packaging of these because I think they're freaking stunning. This is a Vanilla Affair. This is what it looks like. Taking out the box. Cool. Again, a very heavy bottle. This has 100 different types of vanilla in it. It's such a basic vanilla. I feel like this layers, so this could be used as a perfect layering fragrance, especially it being an extract. Compared to Vanilla 28, I feel like Vanilla 28, not many people say it, but it can come across a little bit boozy sometimes. This is way more creamy, vanillic, literally pure vanilla extract. I'm not really... I want to wear this one as well tonight. It's so good. I do find myself picking this up to layer with a lot of stuff, even though I do have Kayali Vanilla 28, which is more of a brown sugar. Not very complex at all. Look at that presentation. Love it. But yeah guys, that was my little Dua collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Some people told me, they were like, listen, once you start collecting, you're not going to be able to stop. They look so cute all lined up together. Even the boxes, they look like books on my shelf. I love the aesthetic of this brand so much. Comment any other videos you guys would love to see. Someone did request this and I did do it, so you guys can see I'm listening to you. Thank you so much for subscribing. It really helps push my channel, so I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Alexa, what's the time?
The time is 6:15 p.m.
6:15. It looks about 12 o'clock outside. Unbelievable.